All right, guys, welcome back to Burning Rubber Garage. We're out here. We're going to adjust the chain on this KLX 110L. I wanted to do a review on it and then shoot it out against the CRF, but there's too much play in this chain. Take a look at this. You should have, let's see if we can get a good view up there. No, it's coming. Kind of see, look at that. And I can push it up. There's about 3-4 inches of play in there. You can hear my hand. It's way too loose. What we're going to do is we're going to tighten it up so that we can review it and shoot it out against the CRF. What you're going to need, two 10mm wrenches there, I believe a 14mm socket, and then for the other side a 7/8 is what I'm using. I'm sure there's the other one, but that one fits really nice. I've also got a torque wrench because when you put it back on, you're going to need to torque it down to 47 foot-pounds. As you can see over here, I've already removed the pin. There is a pin in there. If not, you're going to shred it. It'll break right quick. So with that being said, get that pin out of there and then you can start to loosen these. If you try and do it with this tight, you're going to break one of these. One thing you might say is, how do you know that? I wasn't paying attention. I've adjusted a lot of chains. I gave it a little bit of too much pressure and it snapped it clean off. So new part just came in. That's what's on there right now. All new parts. It's got these little hash marks over here. We're going to line them up so that they perfect. You got a little nick in it right there. We're going to line them up like that. So let's go ahead and break that free. All right, I hope that's a good angle. Like I said, I've got my cotter pin out. You're going to want to remove that. This is going to be on there pretty decent. I've already loosened it because I put the new one on. There you go. So once you got that loose, you just need it loose so that the axle can slide. That's when you want to start to pull this back. And what I mean by that is you're going to take this. You're going to probably need 2 wrenches to break that free. And let me show you kind of what I mean. When these two are tight and they're on there good, you're going to have to put one on like that and one the other way and just start to break them apart. And once you get them loose, they should come right apart there, nice and loose. So let's get us some room to work there. Probably just going to take these extra ones off because it'll be easier to do it. Set them right there. And take off both sides here. So, because I'd rather put it on with this guy right here, but you got to be careful with this. You can break it. With the other one, it's a little bit harder to break it. So let's go ahead and get those off, and then I'll show you how we adjust it. All right, guys, I hope that's close enough. You see we got a lot of play in the chain there. We're going to need to take some of that play out. Right now, we're just past the 4. So what we want to do is probably take it to the 5. And then the important part here is once you get it tight, it'll start to pull. Just little slow clicks there. We're going to take it to 5. And then I want to try and get this other side, bring you guys over here, this other side up to 5 as well. So right now we're at 4 and we got a little ways to go. The big thing here is you want to make sure they're even. So we are at 4.5. That's what those wear marks are for, is to make sure we get that thing even there. So, all right, so now we got that there. I think you want about a 1/2 inch of play there, and we're full droop right here, so we're able to spin. There's a lot of different ways people say you can do to check it, but I really think that 5 is a solid mark. Yeah. So now that we've got it there, we want to take this guy, the other nut, and this is what locks it in. You should be able to get them to go on there with your finger. That feels a lot better than it was. It should take a ton of the play out of it. I'm not going up banging on stuff, so. All right, so now that we got that one there, and we're lining up, we're clear at the 5 over there. We're at the 5 over here. Let me double check this one. I gotta slide over there to check it. We're at the 5. One thing I didn't show you guys is I did loosen the brake, the rear brake, because it's going to be, the farther back you pull, it's going to tighten the rear brake because it's pulling it farther away from the pedals. So definitely something you're going to want to tighten up here. Let's grab my other wrench. Let's put it on right here. And then just go ahead and get those on there tight so you can keep it from coming apart. So there we go. That'll keep it from sliding. And that'll tighten up. That little bit of play there will tighten up once we do the axle down. So I'm going to go ahead and get this other side done. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put this on. We've got it, as you can see right here, we've got it right at the 5, which is right where we want it. You can kind of see the line right there. Lines up right there. Pretty simple little task. So we're going to get this in there. Just remember which way you were spinning it. Lock this one. And then grab it with the other one here. And just start to kind of go the opposite directions till you get them tight. And this is what's going to hold it from backing off and hold it in place. So with that being said there, our next step is to crank this axle down. Because we've got all the play out of it we need, but we're going to need to crank this down and then we can put our cotter pin in. So let me get the torque wrench set up and we'll go from there. Alright guys, now what we got to do is we got to tighten down that axle. You can use the 7/8 or I believe it's a 22 millimeter. They both are tight enough it's not going to round it or anything. And then I've got my 14 on the other side. So I've turned this so you can kind of see over here it's right at about 45. It wants 47, but I'm going to put it down to about 45, which could be a little more. And then we'll see how it lines up because usually you're going to have to go tighter. So if I have to go tighter, I'll go tighter till I can get that cotter pin through. So let's go ahead and get this guy bolted on. Just holding the other side. Oh, we're sliding a little bit. Okay, we're there. Looks like I'm going to have to go just a hair tighter so I can get that hole to line up. You see right there? I got to be able to get a cotter pin in that. See there, it lines up pretty good. It's not perfect yet. So we're going to have to go ahead and crank that a little past the 45 we were at. So it's probably going to end up closer to 47 anyway. So here we go. Alright, so now we got the cotter pin through. You can kind of see it there. Probably grab some needle nose, split that apart, and we should be good. You are now able to adjust your chain. Not a tough thing to do, but if you come over here, you look at it, CRF 50, same setup. You got Beast there, same setup, just not 2 bolts, which is probably not good. And then the 70 right there. Same setup as well. So with Beast missing a thing, that's probably not good. That might have rattled off, but we'll get her adjusted. We'll fix it. That's what these bikes are all about, is riding, having a good time, and then fixing them. So with that being said there, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like it, give it a thumbs up. It could save you a little bit of cash taking it to a dealership. I don't know what they'd charge, but it wouldn't be as cheap as you doing it yourself, which is a very simple job.